Everybody should be copying these down and working on them. Of time, we're going to jump right into it. Number one, how the heck are we going to get the answer here? What's the logic? What do we think of on number one to be able to find the answer? Remember, the base on the logarithm is going to be the base on your exponent situation. So the base was 3. 3 to what power will give you 243? And if you just get your calculator and start typing away, 3 to the 4th power gives you 81. 3 to the 5th power gives you 243, right? So your answer is 5. Okay? So your answer is 5. That's it. Now, if somebody were to ask you why is the answer 5, then you would say, oh, because 3 to the 5th power is 243. Okay? So, or not only that, a part of the quiz tomorrow is not only going to tell you to simplify, but they're also going to give you one that already has the answer, and they're going to ask you to rewrite it in exponential form. And that's even easier. 3 to what power gives you 243? 3 to the 5th power. If they give it to you, you just write 3 to the 5th gives you 243. Okay, so number 2, Nick, what do you think about number 2? ln is natural log, which really means, if you want, you could rewrite it, so it'll make more sense. Log base e, that's natural log. So instead of ln, you could look at it as log base e of e to the 5th. And of course, log base e of e cancels out, which means your final answer is just 5. Right? You don't have to write down log base e. I mean, that's what the notation ln is for, so you don't have to write down log base e. So it's as simple as looking at it and saying, well, ln of e, it cancels out, it's 1. If you do it on the calculator, ln of e, it'll give you 1 as an answer. Now, because there's a power of 5, the 5 comes down. This cancels out, the 5 comes down, the answer is 5. Number 3, what's the answer going to be? What just happened? Number 3, what's the answer going to be? 8. And if I asked you what is going on? Sorry. If I asked you why is the answer 8, what would you say? Because 2 to the 8th power is 256. Okay, how about number 4? How about that one? Log base 1/3 of 1 over 81. Anybody know the answer to that one? 4? It is 4. The nice, beautiful number 4, right? No fraction. Now, if you're confused, let's go ahead and write what we're in exponential form. The base will be the base, so you're going to put 1/3 as the base. You don't know the power, so you have 1/3 as a base. You don't know the power, but you know your answer. You want it to be 1 over 81. Okay, so if you put a 2 right here, 1/3 times 1/3 is 1/9. That doesn't give you 1 over 81. And you keep going, 3, 4. So 4 would be your answer, because if you go 1/3 times itself 4 times, it will give you 1 over 81. So the answer is 4 on this guy. How about the last one? -2 is the answer. Excellent. Now, if you don't see that, go ahead and write it. Now, what do I mean by write it? First, you need to understand this is a common log. Common log means that it has an invisible base 10 down here. So that really means you have 10 to what power will give you the 1 over 100 that you have right there. And that would be -2, because that's the only way to convert it into a fraction, a negative sign. So the answer is -2. You guys got that? Be able to do it on tomorrow's quiz? All right, awesome. Let's actually add one more onto this thing, number 6 here. And I'm going to write log base 49 of a fraction 1/7. Log base 49 of a fraction 1/7. How are we going to do that? How could you think about doing this? Let's change the logarithmic form to exponential form. So in exponential form, what does this look like? The base of the logarithm will be the base of your exponent. So what do I have? I have 49 to what power gives you, let me put it in black, gives you the answer 1/7. Well, I mean, if you think about 4 to the 1, that's not going to work because 49 to the 1, that's 49, that's way too big. And if you do 49 to the 0, then 49 to the 0 is 1, which is still too big. We need to think of some sort of way to make the 49 turn into at least a 7. Now you should be thinking, oh, 49 and 7, the square root of 49 is 7, right? So what kind of power are we going to use to represent a square root? 1/2, that's right. So 49 to the half, but, if we think about this, 49 to the half, that'll give us 7, not 1/7. So you need to put a negative in front of that 1/2. So 49 to the negative half, that will actually give you 1/7. So what's the answer to the original one that we wrote up here? -1/2. Why? Because 49 to the -1/2 power, that'll give you 1/7 as an answer.